All right. So we have that was the winner. Is it? Oh, hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Did you miss us? I know you did. We kind of did something last night, but we're back. Now, it is Val the Voice Johnson. I see Bella is in the building. Good to see you. Great to see you. Oh, my goodness. It's Interludes Extra Presents Talk on Tuesdays. This is season 5. To sit there and really think about the timing of it all. I'll get into all of that a little bit later. But of course, myself and Coach Tony, we are back and we are doing the darn thing. And of course, we're going to get started right about now. It's another edition of Interlude Extra Presents Talk on Tuesdays. I really want to show you this. I'm so happy. We are back. Do you see this brand new picture of Coach Tony? Oh my gosh. I think it looks great. I don't know about anyone else, but I think it looks phenomenal. Let us know in the chat. This picture was taken in Detroit when we got our awards. And then I took my picture back earlier in the year and what was that? February when I was in what is this? I was in Atlanta. Oh my gosh, I'm tripping over my words right now, but I love his picture. You guys let me know what you all think. Now, of course, A DJ Saved My Life. It is the book, A DJ Saved My Life. It is available at purelightHousemedia.com. You guys, please go ahead and support. And of course, for myself, I had my writing mentor, Monique Lisa Johnson, help me write this phenomenal book, and I am over the moon excited. And so I have a couple of copies left because I'm getting ready to purchase some more, but I'm excited to share with you all. It gives you the ABCs of starting your own podcast and my personal memoir of starting, how I got started doing podcasting back in 2020. I should have started sooner, but it's okay. Then, of course, our affiliate sponsor, KeySpot, share, connect, and grow. You can be on the app and get your business seen all over the place. And the person that's over KeySpot, ladies and gentlemen, in Cincinnati, she is the 2025 Mission Impossible, celebrating churches and businesses that what is that called? Empower and transform our community. So she has received an excellent award. And so we want to give a big shout out to Cynthia McAllister, who is the person that helped me design the website that I have for purelightHousemedia.com. You'll see her work if you need a website done, or we have the marketing. I forgot. We have the network marketing thing that's happening on this Thursday, because it's the third Thursday. Cynthia, there you go, giving you a shout out. And of course, patreon.com/interludes. It's Interludes Extra Presents Find Your Voice. You can come there and see what we've been doing. Of course, I've been writing articles and sharing behind the scenes that happen with myself, Coach Tony, and then others. It's been a fun time to develop behind there. And of course, I'm so excited to mention this. Tomorrow night, The Power of Podcasting, How to Start Your Podcast. It's tomorrow, Wednesday, September 17th at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. It's myself in partnership with KeySpot, which is Cynthia. And I'll be going on how to start your podcast. I will be covering a couple of the ABCs of podcasting from my book. DJ saved my life. So you guys can go ahead and check it out. Scan the QR code. It'll bring up the Eventbrite invitation, and you guys can go ahead and see me and learn how to get starting your own podcast. The power of podcasting. That's on tomorrow, Wednesday, September 17th at 6 p.m. Eastern. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. And what's been happening, I've hired a couple of folks to help me write more podcasting articles that are featured on purelighthouse.media.com/blog. I talk about the best microphones for podcasting for every budget. And then, of course, a few others, how to choose the right podcasting gear. Because I've been gearing with this Shure mic since I got started with the Shure mic probably a year or two into my podcasting, but I love it. I think it's phenomenal. It's a beautiful thing. So that's what I've been doing. So please visit our website about that. And then, of course, I see Coach Tony is in the building. Do you like what you see? I got your new photo telling people about your Instagram, the Pull Up Podcast Show. Come on, scan the QR code and follow Coach Tony. You almost have 100 followers. You all can go and follow him right now. You like it, Tony? You like it?
Ain't gonna love that pictures. I want the comments. I want y'all to tell me how Coach Tony be looking out there. You know what I'm saying? I got the coolness on the photo, so I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Got my star shining behind me on my shoulder right here. All good.
Same here. Same here. We both have our awards. And then since Coach Tony has his, I decided, let me get mine. You like?
Oh, I like. And I like the new picture too. That's good. That's all as well.
Scan the QR code and follow the Interludes podcast, but it's just Interludes_podcast. So there you go with that. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. Good to see you, Coach. And welcome. How's it going?
Middle storms down here in the wintertime. Is don't know what they want to do. Want to be 95 to 100. Then they want to give us a couple storms. So you trying to get in the shade early, then you trying to figure out how to not get wet later.
So hopefully you're staying dry.
Yes, I am. What's up, Bella, baby? Checking in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's doing her thing, giving us some love. And of course, I wanted to we are now coming back in our 5th season as award-winning podcasters. And so some of the shots we showed this, I believe, I think the very first week we weren't here live, but I edited something and put it out there for you guys to check out. But of course, we have our awards along with Bella. She received her award as well. That was Linda. I can't believe her first name was Linda, which is really cool. And then of course, Coach Tony.
Hey, give it up for you, boy. Hey, and speaker T, look, I got the shirt on tonight, baby. I'm repping the Breakfast of Champs, man.
Coach and change agent. This is such a wonderful thing. I'm so grateful you sent me that photo. Then of course myself, I get the Legacy of Light Community Award. So that was something that was presented to us. So now we are able to say we are an award-winning podcast.
Yeah, I already changed up my LinkedIn. Is already on. And Val, I know I sent you a flyer for this weekend. Me here in Nashville, Tennessee, getting invited to work with a past guest of mine, Mr. Al Smith, who is the NFLPA, the National Football League Players Alumni Association president at one particular point. And then he moved in, passed it on this year, but still doing some good work. And he started a program, if you remember, Val, a few years ago called Gear Up Tennessee during the time the pandemic was prevalent, to try to get people to mask up and make sure they go get their COVID shots. And he's been doing some big things. And then my trusty homeboy, Kevin Dyson. For those that don't know, you better know the Music City Miracle touchdown all the way back, Super Bowl year 2000. We went on and played the Rams, and that place still stands today, 25 years later. So they're doing a little NFL function this particular weekend here in the Nashville area, gearing up to educate the fathers workshop. And Val, I've been asked to be one of the fortunate people to attend and be on the stage and talk a little bit about mentorship. That's from the award. So it couldn't have got it better from the award from Detroit and come down and lay my thoughts and everything on everything that we're doing. And I'm so excited to be part of this function. So there's a QR code here for those of you that are in the Nashville, Tennessee area. Please scan the QR code, come out. It is absolutely free of charge. Bring the kids out and have a great time. If you know someone in Tennessee area, Nashville in particular, please pass the information on. Thank you, guys.
We love it. We love it, of course. And it's in collaboration with the New Life Center. And of course, that is in Nashville, Tennessee. Al Smith, who was a guest on your show, is going to be one of the folks from that I want to say the NFL National Alumni Association. So that's Player Association, which is really good. So that is wonderful. So you guys, I'll go ahead and we'll mention it again toward the end of the show. And we want to make sure that we take care and do that. Now, what I wanted to do really quickly is to go back to, I wanted to put this up first and say that Pure Lighthouse Media, we are about helping folks start their podcasts. Like that is something that we're getting into, which I'm really excited about. So at purelighthouse.media.com, you guys can go there and read some of these articles. I've actually had people help me write these out. And I was thinking I did not want to cover the Emmys because I was noticing that a lot of people have just stopped watching award shows. They don't really care about them. Yep. And I was thinking, okay, well then this is something that I want to cover, but is this something that the audience wants? And so, we had
a brother one, so it's nice.
Say what? I know. And we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that as well. But I mentioned in my, I think it was, it was my LinkedIn article that's available on our Pure Lighthouse Media business page that you guys, there's 3 things that you need to do if you're starting a podcast. But if you're thinking about, oh my gosh, I'm a little shocked. I don't know what my what is this called? I don't know what my genre is. I'm trying to figure out some things. And so I was thinking, well, let's make sure that you do 3 things. And then I'm going to go right to the Emmy Awards because this deals with some of the things that I was thinking about. And I was like, should I talk about it? Should I not? And I'm like, no. What? One thing that I wanted to mention, number 1, if you are going to go forward with doing podcasting, be decisive about your topic.
Be decisive.
Be decisive. When Coach Tony came to me and said, Valerie, I want to make sure that I do this. I want to do something on sports and nothing but sports. I supported him 110%. A little nervous about doing sports because I was thinking what's going to happen if he doesn't have a guest. And then what happened last night? I was a guest on season 4.
Turn around. The funny part about it is what she just said. I kept at her, and she's like, "You sure?" And I was very decisive. I go, "Yeah." And she said, "Well, all right, we need to get a name." And I said, "I have a name in a week." And then in 1 week, I got that name because I was that sure. She said, "Okay, then how are we going to do it? We need to get you some guests." I said, "No problem. Open it with a guest." And we've been rolling ever since. So I love that. Be decisive. Know what you want. Be decisive. Don't bounce over here and say, "Well, I think I'm going to have a podcast on how to make candy corn." Then go over here and you make cotton candy. That's 2 different things, right? They both sell at the fair, but come on, man. Know what you're trying.
Exactly. And then number 2, and I want to make sure that I look at my article and remember what I said. Be authentic. Be authentic about what you do. Your passion is your magnet. A lot of people are drawn to Coach Tony because he loves talking about sports. He loves giving you that for promotional purposes only. I kind of jammed that into his mind. Please say that so we don't have any issues. The more genuine you are, like Coach Tony or myself, the stronger the connection you can have with your audience. Would you agree with that, Coach?
Oh man, I agree with you. I'm gonna give you an example, Val, and I'm glad you mentioned that. One of another guest that's all the way on here, Coach Justin, we talked about, and I told you about the burning fire party that I DJ'd for him, if you remember, early in the fall. And he was kind of up in the air about it. And this kind of goes with what Val is talking about. And I said, you can have this function. And it was about bringing your bad debts or your evil or whatever, and you throw it in the fire and you burn it away. I never heard of it, Val, but I said, he wanted to do it where he talked about Val and Jesse and Linda and whomever. And I said, but you can't, because even though you can mention and talk about Val, you're not going to hear Val's pain and her empathy and where she's come from and what she's gone through. Let her tell the story. And so I love that. Tell your story, because each one of us has a story to tell.
Very much so. And I have learned that I've been following award shows since I was like 10 or 11 years old. I used to practice my acceptance speech in the mirror holding, well, this is a fan, but just holding a brush and going, I accept this award for myself. And I got all gooey when Michael Jackson won all of those Grammys back in the day. Remember he won it was in 84 for Thriller. Yeah, and you got all excited for folks. So I don't know if that is still available, but it's really interesting if it is or isn't. But here's the thing: the last one, and we'll jump right to the Emmys. Be brave. Going live like we are right now has been my greatest teacher. It's been a great teacher. Prepare your talking points first, and then take the leap. Ideas left on the paper help no one. If you write all this good stuff down, like Tony was saying, I'm thinking about this podcast, I'm thinking about, okay, I want to do this, but it stays on the paper and nothing happens, no one will be blessed by the greatness that is you as a podcaster or as a orator or speaker. Would you agree with that, Coach?
Yep. And I'm going to give you one more, but I want you to add like a 4-leaf clover. And this was just gave it to my son. And I think it'd be, and that matter of fact, if I were you, I'll call it, I'm about to figure out getting paid on this. I would call it the 4 pillars of the podcast, 4 pillars, right? As you said. But the last one, everyone's got to do this. And I get my uncle who sends me a biblical things every morning, pray to God, this and that. But take everything that Val said, and the last piece to that puzzle is you must be determined. Because if you're not determined, no matter if you go get a guest, no matter if you want to do the podcast, no matter if you got a great format, no matter if you got a great script, but if you're not determined and you just think about it and put it to the side, I'll get to it next week. I'll get to it next month. And then all of a sudden, next week becomes next month becomes next year. And then all of a sudden you say, dang, you know something? I woulda, I coulda, I shoulda. And then the same person that you were around that heard your idea started the podcast the same time you did, because you didn't know they were going to do it. And now they are a year in front of you having success. So make sure you be authentic with what you get, know what you're going to do, but be determined. If you can do that, you're going to be successful.
I love that. I'm adding it right now to the article that I wrote for our Pure Lighthouse Media business page. And like I said, I am excited about starting this journey in our 5th season, about just giving some, brief tips on doing podcasting, how to show up as boldly yourself. And number 4, you said, was be determined. Is that about right? Be determined. I like that. So that I'm putting it in the chat. And we thank you guys for being here and doing our thing. Now, here's this. Now, I'm determined to talk about the Emmy Awards. I'm gonna roll right into that. I'm gonna roll right into that, because I was thinking, should I cover it? I don't know if people want to listen to it. I'm like, no, I'm covering it because I was excited about what was happening with the Emmy Awards. So let me get to it. Now, here's the thing. I was a little I don't know, just I watched it and then I was thinking, okay, well, what's happening? And Coach, we've covered about 7 series over the last from 2024 to 2025. We didn't watch a lot of the shows that were nominated in the categories. So I didn't have any connections to them at all. I was like,
but sometimes it happens. Do you ever feel that, this is a good question. This is a Roger Ebert, right? Gene Sisco type thing. Do you ever feel that just because those are the shows that they nominate because PWI or whatever may watch, that's not necessarily something that turns us on and perks us up? And sometimes the things that you watch, sometimes it's overlooked. And those are good shows.
Exactly. And here's the thing. We covered Paradise, which was nominated with Hulu. There was about 2 or 3 other shows, but the ones that won, I was thinking, I was told about them, but didn't get around to checking them out. And so I was thinking, how's that going to work? Well, it was good to see. And it was good to see. Now we have from SNL, he was the host for the Emmy Awards, and I'm about to bring up his name right now. And so I think he did a decent job.
Yeah, I love him. I love him. He be clapping. Yeah, he's close to Dave Chappelle, and they're very good friends.
Oh, they are? Oh, I didn't know that.
And that was his first movie. He did great.
Yeah, Nate Bargatze. So he's the one that hosted, and he kind of joked around about, this is my first time and I don't know. And he didn't rib on folks. He didn't like go after or anything like that. They did there was a lot of skits that happened. It seemed to be something that worked for the Emmys back in 2021. We were still kind of in COVID. They did skits. So they kept that on. I'm glad they continue to do that. It was really wonderful to see this young lady. You know who she is, the Queen, Angela Bassett. She presented, I think, the Best Actress Award in the drama. I know. And then Stephen Colbert. Oh, my goodness.
Got my picture, Mr. Chi-Town to New York. I love it. You got the best night. And you know what I liked about this? Not only did I get an opportunity to meet him, but I liked it because you're putting him off the air and he wins an award. So how ironic is that? Which we already know that's a bunch of BS, but it's all good.
What was funny is that I think he saw Harrison Ford in the audience, and he says, "I have my resume," and he pulled it out of his jacket and he walks up to it, says, "Can you? I'm looking for a job."
Hey, like I told you when you and I talked about that night, he got all the news. I'm hoping that he goes with his boy. God, his name slips my mind now. He's on on HBO. I'm hoping the HBO or one of them picks him up so Steve can just let loose. Say what he wants.
Exactly. Just talk about whatever he wants to talk about. And I'm thinking that. So he won Outstanding Talk Show. Now, this was something that I was interested in. Now, this was Best Supporting Actor in a Drama Series. Those are all of the nominees that were nominated for Best Supporting. And so this young man won. Tremel Tillman, one of the lone folks of color, I think, who won on Sunday night. And the way he honored his mom, I was thinking, that was straight up dope. Now, I have not seen the Apple TV show called Servants. Have you seen that?
No, but you know what's so cool about this brother?
What's so cool about this brother?
Man, he's from Tennessee, baby. From right over here, from the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. It's made the statement. So, hey, they put out a good product. You don't usually hear a lot of brothers come out of Knoxville, out of UT, do something. So to have Tremel do that, and I like it because he started off saying, my mama was there day one. My mama, she's on my side, and this and that. And to see me finally make it, couldn't ask a better person to be right here to accept this award with me, but my mama. that was just really touching. And the brother can act. He's really done a hell of a good job.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I was looking him up to just try to find out some other things that he's been in. And so, but Servants got a lot of awards on Sunday. I believe 6.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe it got it. I believe it got picked up 6 awards. Best actor, and this is a shame. This is 2025. Trammell becomes the first African American to win Best Supporting Actor for a drama. I did not know that. I had no clue, and so I'm just like, do you know what the show Servants is about? Because I think it started in like 2022.
I don't know.
Okay.
I've seen it, but I just never watched it. It's kind of like The Resident, and it went off. Now you want to go see it. You know what I mean?
I'm interested in seeing this, and a couple of the main stars is Adam Scott, Britt Lauer, and she's the one who won for best. She won Best Supporting Actor. Mark leads a team of office workers whose memories have been surgically divided between their work and personal lives. When a mysterious colleague appears outside of work, it begins a journey to discover the truth about their jobs. A little weird. And so Trammell has been in a couple of things we've seen. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, that came out earlier this year. Yeah, you've seen that, and then of course there's another one, Godfather of Harlem.
Oh, I didn't remember him in Godfather. Now, you know, hey, that's my boy, Forrest Whitaker, baby. Hey, Godfather of Harlem.
And another
Harlem Nights type without the fun, but Godfather of Harlem was nice.
Right, and also another one, Elementary, that CBS show that's
and that's funny because I watch Elementary. You know, it's like Abbott Elementary. It's like it's like really, and I didn't really find it as funny as a lot of people, you know, and all that. But hey, it made it in the votes.
Yeah, so Servants is a show that I'm definitely going to check out. This was a movie that we reviewed, Coach. Do you remember we reviewed it last year, Rebel Ridge? With Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. So it won outstanding television movie.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was what were you going to say about that?
No, I was just gonna say, you know, I'm just glad that, you know, we get final dibs on doing something positive, and at least we finally, at least in the last few years, when we have at least one in a vote, we at least are getting one. Like what was that? The Grammys that just came about. Never knew that Mariah Carey had never got one. Never knew it. She picked up one 3 weeks ago, and she's like, "This is my first one all this time. It's about time." I'm like, "Really, Mariah? You just now get this?" But you just be amazed, and it's like a body of work, Val. Like all those years, body of work, and you're looking for that one particular award, and it just comes out of nowhere when you least expect it.
So our homework assignment, my friend Princess literally told me about The Pit about 2 months ago.
Okay,
I don't have HBO Max. And so Noah Wyle, you remember him from ER back in the 90s, 2000s. He won for Outstanding Actor, and also it won for Best Series. So my ears go up when a show that I haven't watched, you know, becomes a Best Series. So I'm thinking we should probably check it out, Coach. What do you think?
Hey, I would, but right now I'm back on The Wire.
HBO Max, outstanding drama series. That's The Pit. You are hilarious with that. And Seth Rogen.
Seth, my boy, you're a fool. I love him to death. Hey, he got that dry comedy that is hilarious.
It's a dark comedy called The Studio. It won Outstanding Comedy Series, and he won for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series. And it also won in Writing, Directing, and a few other categories. But Seth Rogen he said he didn't prepare a speech because I guess he didn't think he was going to win.
What happened? He just showed up for the show.
What happened?
I said, you don't expect to win, just get there for the hors d'oeuvres and the drinks.
But see, here's the thing, and this is something that I stated in when winning awards and getting recognition. A lot of times, and I found out from actors, what's most important, the biggest reward that you can receive in being a working actor is being a working actor. That right. You are getting paid to do what you've studied to do. And if you get an award or if you get nominated, it's an honor to be nominated. But if I never win an award, I'm okay because I'm a working actor, because there's so many unemployed, not working actors, especially now with technology, AI. We could just, put something in there and fake it out. And I think that's the best reward, is that if you are someone like Seth Rogen, if you're someone like Shonda Rhimes, if you're someone like, I'm thinking about other showrunners, Marie Brock-Akil, people that create jobs for actors. If you never get nominated, if you get green lighted for a show or a film, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
I got the best analogy the other day from a young lady I just met, been talking to her and different things. And she was a actor, voiceover and did some things. And this is funny, Val, because you're going to be like, wow, I never thought about it, but you're about right. You know what? I'm talking to her. Do you know what she compared being an actor and actress to?
What?
Real estate.
Real estate?
Yep. She said, you're only as good as the house that you sell. When the market is down and you ain't selling no houses, you're broke. So those real estate agents that are real good, those top tier agents that get smart, and they're able to know their stuff, and they're selling those $500,000 to $1 million to $2, $3, $4, $5 million homes or businesses, and they're able to do that and then sock away their money, because when the market goes down, ain't nobody selling. Like you saw, the housing industry was going crazy about 18, 19 months ago, and now you can't even give a house away for $5. She said that's the same way. You'll do a movie, great movie, people will love it, and all of a sudden, the movie goes. And people don't realize that sometimes it takes 8, 9 months. Sometimes it takes over a year to do one movie. And then all of a sudden, you may be unemployed for 3. And even though you had a good role, that money got to last you for 3. You're chasing other opportunities. And she said, that's why lately, and this is amazing that she said, that's why lately, if you notice, a lot of big time stars are starting to do what? Become game show hosts. Have you noticed that?
I noticed that major. I did. And here's the thing. That's something that is becoming a little bit of a phenomenon, because you are actively working. You are working. And who did I recently see? Jaleel White.
Oh,
he's on one. I saw Alfonso Roberto.
Alfonso Rivera. He's on. Mm-hmm. And Deborah Norville, our own Miss Chicago, Deborah Norville, who just quit. And she's now on a brand new one. And then I got John, he was on NBC in Chicago Sports. And I saw him doing one. I'm like, man, what's up? Y'all gonna get Coach Tony a game show.
But here's the thing. There is an entire game show network. And here's the thing. I think it's a matter of people. If you were a likable character or a well-known person or character on either the sitcom or the drama or whatever you were on, and you have like a wonderful personality, of course I'm going to put you on. I'll put you on a good
following. People's going to that they know going to follow you. If you do something. Watch, they're going to tune in. Exactly.
And here's the thing. All the hosting shows should not go to Ryan Seacrest. I mean, I know he's the Dick Clark of our time right now, but they shouldn't all go to him.
He's just chilling. He ain't doing no work. But you're right, though. And I'm looking at things like this. Like, you couldn't tell me that Martin Lawrence couldn't jump on a game show or something and be successful. You couldn't tell me that Will Smith couldn't jump on something. You couldn't tell me that Tracy Morgan couldn't jump on something. even though they're within our community, our people watch game shows. We do something, and when we do it, and that's sometime, the big knock lately has been how Tyler Perry, you and I talked about this, how Tyler Perry, people talk about, he's pretty much has bought BET, right? You turn on BET, it's the Tyler Perry BET, and that's all that's on it. But I would love to see Tyler come out with Black game shows, something that's totally different. And I know we got Square. I know we got Hollywood Squares, right? That had Ice Cube and a couple of funny people that was on it.
And Drew Barrymore is the producer for the Hollywood Squares that comes on the CBS networks. Yeah.
And so I would love to see something, but get a hood game show. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are all hood questions. Have Snoop Dogg the host. That shit would go through the roof. You got Snoop Dogg.
I think there is a few of those shows. I think they were on BET, but I don't know how they did.
I ain't seen no hood show.
Well, it can't be.
Snoop and let Snoop and his special sidekick is Martha Stewart. Oh, they gonna kill the network.
Oh my gosh!
Can you imagine Martha Stewart answering hood questions?
That would be, and here would be a real hood question. Who is the former comedian that won an Oscar award for writing a feature film script?
Ooh, former comedian.
He was a former comedian.
African American.
African American. He was a former comedian, and he won an Oscar for writing a horror film.
Oh, a horror film. It ended up
just being a thing.
Mm-hmm. It's gotta be my boy, the Key Peele.
Jordan Peele,
yeah. Yeah, I had to be. I knew I was on that because once he went to his crazy movies. Nope. Who the hell named a movie Nope? Nope.
I actually enjoyed that film. Oh my goodness.
The movie was crazy, guy. But I'm glad to see Jordan doing his thing. And Key's got some good movies and he does some things and some commercials. But I like what Jordan, because Jordan's movies are way out, but they make you think. Like when he did what's the movie before he did Nope with the dead people that was in the house? Get Out.
Oh, Get Out.
Get Out.
That's the one. That's the one he won the Oscar for. He won the Oscar for screenwriting that one.
But that was crazy. But the cool part about it was, here's what was so cool about that movie. Even though it was borderline scary, it was borderline funny because they put Chicago's own West Side, Lil Rel in it, and it just made it. So Lil Rel just was himself, and he was kicking out the punchlines. That kind of like if you was sitting on your edge, kind of nervous and scared about something, Lil Rel hit you with a joke. You forgot that it was a scary movie. You know what I mean?
So here's the thing, and I put this in the post. I put it in both of our posts on social media. So from the mind of Jordan Peele, he's producing in this particular thing, but we're gonna do and watch a trailer of the latest film from Monkey Paw. That is his production company. And it's just one word called Him. And so we're going to jump into that and talk about it on the other side of our commercial right after this.
Are you a small business owner looking to grow? Introducing the KeySpot mobile app. I'm Cynthia McAllister, owner of the IT company Quality SAP. Since 2016, we have been supporting small businesses and help them promote and share their businesses, services, and events across the country. KeySpot is more than just an app. We are a network providing community. KeySpot, connecting communities and supporting small businesses.
Do I look at you or the camera?
You'll just look right at me. There are a lot of people saying you could be the next great quarterback. I can already see it now. Cam running down the tunnel, the crowd chanting his name.
I hear you've been invited to train with legend Isaiah White himself. Care to elaborate?
I want to be the GOAT. Cameron King. Great meeting you. I'm a fan. That's crazy. I damn near worship you growing up. Who are you?
I'm him.
Who are you?
I'm him. My time.
Let's play a little catch. We going to the league! You want to play at your highest level? You want to be a legend? Let me tell you something. This ain't a game. Who are they? Just gonna toss the ball around a little. You wanna hit this? You can't handle it. I understand. Oh, too slow. Wait, what are we doing? That man's smile about to be on the floor. This is how you do your teammate? What is this? Set hard! Eagle lurks, enemies, set hard! Set hard! Set hard! In this game, violence is rewarded, so learn to enjoy it. Get your shit together! Activate my hip.
Cam, are you okay?
I think something's off.
You don't know what you're getting yourself into.
Now we playing some football!
Don't have to do this.
Activate my hip. I've never been more certain of anything in my life. And how bad does Cameron Cade want it?
I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
I'm not just gonna give it to you. You got to take it from me.
I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
What if I say no? Run. Think of it as a gift from the God.
Killer, but don't push me.
So what are you willing to sacrifice?
Man. Now, I got some stuff for you I bet you don't know. I bet I got some stuff about this movie that you don't know. So, first of all, I love that trailer. Because one, they had the dopest soundtrack piece. Na 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 na. Hail Mary, come quick see. Hail Mary.
Oh, that's a Tupac.
Ooh, but tell me before I tell you, do you know something about the star actor Tyreek Withers, who played the quarterback Cam?
I did a little research regarding Tyreek. I believe he is a real former football player, but I forgot for what team. Is that correct?
Yep, he's a real football player and actually had a pro ambition. He's actually as a quarterback headed to the pros and turned it down because he saw an opportunity to go into acting. And he had been out, didn't get a job, do anything of that. And he could have been on this next line and signing the super million, like these new, NFL kids are. And he finally gets an acting job. Well, God is very graceful, right? We know that. How grateful is God is he gives you your first acting job in an industry that you already know what the hell you've been doing. So all he had to do, and I actually had an opportunity to listen to an interview of him today. He said he stepped on the set, and it was about simply learning the script, Val. In terms of the movement, the quarterback, the accuracy, and doing all that, the combines, the training. He had already been through that. So unlike a person, like remember Any Given Sunday with Jamie Foxx and
I was thinking about that.
Yeah. So they had to go through that. And Jamie said it took almost 4 or 5 months to get in the quarterback mode to run that, do that movie and this and that. He could act, but as far as the quarterback, this was in reverse. This kid right here was a natural quarterback who just simply had to learn a couple of words. And then it just worked. So I'm proud of him. Seems very interesting type of movie I would love to see, because you know why? It pushes, in my opinion, from that trailer. Let's see if you agree or disagree.
Okay.
But it pushes the new note of this NIL. And I want to know if Jordan Peele was making this movie to say, if you want this money, this is what it's going to cost you. This is what you got to go through. Are you willing to go through blood, sweat, and tears to become a millionaire on the other side, or is it worth it? And they couldn't have got a better person in Withers, who was a previous quarterback, because he felt going through that whole process and joining the NFL wasn't worth it, so he became an actor. So, bravo.
Yeah, I'm glad that you did some research on this to find out a little bit more about him, because I started to realize, I said, oh, I didn't know he was a former player or someone that aspired to play in the NFL. And here's the thing. I think because now this film, it's not directed by Jordan Peele. It's actually directed by Justin Tipping. And so he is the one that's directing this film. And so Marlon Wayans, they interviewed him on a couple of places. Good Morning America, I think CBS This Morning. And so he talked about how the director Justin was asking him to tap into some real feelings that he has about some loss that he has experienced in his life. And one of the interviews that Marlon was in, he was very emotional about talking about his mom. Mm-hmm. And so he said, I didn't like the director because he had me tap into, a reason why I lost my mom. And so here is both Withers and Wayans with Jordan, and then also with the director, Justin Tipping. And I think, yeah, and Tipping, he's done a couple of TV series. Let me see. Some of the TV series that he's directed has been, I'm bringing that up right now. Oh yeah, here we go. Some of the ones that he's directed has been Dear White People, The Shy, Black Monday, and he did a feature back in the day called Kicks. And so he's been doing exactly. So he's been doing television episode directing, and so I think this is his feat. This is his jump back into directing features. And then I'm thinking, to have someone like a Jordan Peele back you, and then to say, okay, let's make this into a because Jordan likes psychological thriller type things. That's his thing. It's not just straight gore and horror. It is something dealing with the psyche of it all. And
but that's why I like Withers. This kid was in. I remember what you did last summer. But this kid, for what you don't know, Val, I used to watch him. I mean, I remember when not Cam Ward, but when Charlie Ward came out of Florida State. This kid came out of the same school with my beloved Deion Sanders. This kid from Florida State University. And I remember when Withers was quarterbacking, and man, he was like the next coming. I think he came out from late 90s, like 98, 99 and whatnot. Yeah. And this is one of the time that Bobby Bowden still had Florida State rolling. So to give up going to the NFL to go into acting and then make it, that is phenomenal. That goes back to where, without saying no names, because it's not a political show, when people say shut up and dribble and think that's all we know how to do is just run a ball or dribble a ball, this becomes a great opportunity to show we can do more than that.
Exactly. And so I'm really impressed by this trailer. Has got me, all nervous and stuff. But I think one of the reasons why I want to make sure that we talked about this was because it's talking about football, and how ironic myself and you, me and you, we talked about the first week and part of the second week of the NFL. And so this is like the best time for this film to come out during the start of the NFL season. That's what I was thinking.
And again, I would love to just get into Peele's head and the producers, and whatnot, and just to say, what was the back? What were you thinking putting this together? Were you thinking, it is the horrific outcome of the game, that you wanted to point out and show the people, or was it just that you wanted to show people get in the game and it's about the money, and if you chase the money, what would you do? And, the old question, say, Val, what would you do for a Klondike bar, right? What would you do for the money, right? Because I may do a lot for that.
For a Klondike bar.
What
I don't know what you would do. I have no clue.
I damn near run 2 miles to get me a Klondike bar.
But here's the funny thing: Marlon got into shape to do this.
Got the character too. I mean, I love because he played that in your face, old school, and those people that listen to this show tonight that know who I'm about to say understand. But he played that in your face, old school Bobby Knight for the basketball, in your face, pointing your face, spit dripping on your lips. He's like, damn, the coach just spit on my lips. You know, if you don't like it, get your shit and get out of here, because this is what we do. We winning up in here. In order to make me winning, you got to be where I'm at. And I love it. And then he kept it kind of comical, like, I'm going to say what I'm going to say to you right here, boy. But let's go do it. You know, like, wait a minute. You just insulted me. Then you just told me to get on the football field and go make it happen.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And like I said, I feel like this is one of the things that.
When is it coming out, man?
It comes out, and I put it down here. Him releases in theaters on September 19th, which is this coming Friday. It comes out on Friday. And like I said, we're just in the second week of the NFL for real. And so just kind of the dark side of coaching, the dark side of wanting it all, the dark side of what are you willing to give up?
Right.
To be the best.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think they
hard and they kicked it. And then he's trying to show the everything that, what are you willing to give up, man? You're gonna party a little bit, you're gonna this and that. And, and I'm just waiting to see the whole thing. But, and it looked as though he tried to slide a few scary scenes in there. Did you see that?
Yeah. And here's the thing, that is right on par with a Jordan Peele production. This is Monkey Paw production. That's his, the tea cup and the little hand that's not attached to anything turn in the teacup. So when I saw that Monkey Paw Productions, I'm like, oh, that's Jordan Peele's production company. And so we're excited about this. And here's the thing. Now I'm going to just come out and say this. This film is not recommended for all ages. This is for grown people. It is rated R. And if you are easily, what do you call this? If you can't put it in the frame of entertainment and it would make you do weird things, or it would make you do something weird, please don't go see this film. But for folks that are into horror or into stuff that, like a Jordan Peele, when I saw Nope, that was a fun horror film for me, because because the characters would say nope when something weird would happen. It was hilarious when they said it.
But this right here, I'm on a reverse of Val. If you
gonna reverse it,
go see this movie, You From the Hood, because everything in the hood already scary, right? Y'all playing football in the streets, tackling people on the cars. I used to do that. But go get you, again, for watching movie purposes only, get you some nice little smooth thing to drink and some chicken wings. Get up in the movie theater, got your backpack, take it in there. Go to a movie theater that people gonna talk. They gonna say, "Well, what you doing over there? What you doing? Watch my shit." Gotta go to that. That way, the movie, the scary parts will go right over your head because you won't even notice them. You go to that serious movie theater where everything quiet, you're gonna be scared as hell. So go to the other movie theater and then let Coach Tony know.
Get your free commentary, because then it'll be funny.
Boy, watch your back. Boy, you come around that corner right now. Hey, pass one of them wings right there. And I don't want no. Give me a couple of them flats. You ate all the flats up over here. Give me some of them flats. And I know you got some ranch and some barbecue sauce. My bad. I ain't mean to talk about that. That's how you do it. Oh, and pass me a couple of shots over there. I need me a couple of shots. That's how you got to go watch the movie, peoples. You got to go watch the movie in that way, people. That's for Coach Tony perspective.
So next week, and Ashley, good to see you. Next week, we want to make sure. we want to go into a couple of more TV series and films that are coming out this fall, because officially the official start of fall is next Monday.
We gotta be talking about Tommy coming.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so the unfortunate the no, I like fall. Fall is a good time. I like it. It's not bad, but I
remember
feel
the book
like
used to put out back in the day when we were kids, and what was it? Was it the CBS? You remember the little, it wasn't the Jet, but you remember the CBS used to put out the little book to show you what's coming up on the weekend. It had the, like the TV,
the TV guide?
The TV guide. And they put the TV guide, and then they tell you what's coming up in the fall, and you go flip through the book and all that. I miss that stuff.
I used to study that thing like a Bible.
Yes.
And in fact, I still have an old copy of the TV guide.
Man,
and one of the shows that was new in that TV guide was Smallville.
Oh man, I'm telling you, maybe because I love that, Val, because like you said, it was your TV guide for the book, and everybody wanted to know. And what we used to do, we were so funny because everybody didn't want to get into a fight in the house. We would circle in the book. We would go through. My mama would make us go through and circle what we trying to watch, so ain't nobody stepping on it, nobody toes. You couldn't go. If you had a VCR, there was one single VCR. It wasn't them double dual VCR like they got. So it was cool, but fall was always that CBS time. CBS always put that out for the fall show, so you knew what was coming up in the fall.
Well, it wasn't CBS. It was just the television TV guide. So they would do this, and the fun part about the TV guide, at the very beginning of the TV guide, it was in color, and so they would have a short paragraph about all of the new shows that were coming on. And I think I have it somewhere when Living Single came out in 93. I think I have that old TV guide, but I kept a picture. I kept that picture because I was like, I want to make sure that I can keep that. Let me now, speaking of back in the day television and all the rest of that, and I'm going to circle back to the Emmy Award.
Them damn old jets. Like, what you gonna do with this 1979 jet? Nobody trying to look at her right now. Like, get rid of these jets.
On the screen,
my girl,
and it is your girl. That's Felicia Rashad. Now, unfortunately, a couple of weeks ago, her and Debbie Allen and their family lost their mother, who lost their mother. She was 102. And Miss Ayers Allen. And so for her to stand as regal as she did and give this beautiful tribute in memorandum to Malcolm Jamal Warner at the very beginning of their memorandum in at the Emmy Awards was really profound. And I was interested to know, like, oh, we picked a picture of him with his arms folded. So that's interesting. But I like how what she says, we can't play it because it's Paramount and CBS. They're like gangster when it comes to playing anything live for them. So the way she interwove it and said that, he was someone who grew up with us on the Cosby Show, but then interwove and then talked about how things happened with who is this? Other folks that have unfortunately been lost. And this was really a beautiful tribute, Tony. And I see Tony think something has happened to him. It was published in People magazine of how Felicia honored Malcolm Jamal Warner for a very emotional 2025 memoriam in tribute. The only thing, and I'm still glad, okay, Tony's back. The only thing I felt like the Emmys got wrong is that they forgot a few folks, as they always do when it comes to in the memory of folks. Singers Lainey Wilson and Vince Gill, they sang a song during that time, and it was a song that Vince Gill wrote about the passing of his brother. It was a beautiful song. Country but beautiful. And so, and I see Ashley actually agree with me. They did not mention Danielle Spencer from What's Happening. They didn't have her in the memorandum. They didn't have her in the, and they didn't have her in the memorial. I'm saying it wrong. Say that for me. How do you say? Okay. Thank you.
You know, the thing is, I was really glad that they gave Malcolm Jamal an award. That was really touching. I thought that was really, really touching.
Yeah, they had him. They had it at the very beginning. Like she was on stage first, and then you saw this picture of Malcolm Jamal Warner. So that was really, really beautiful. Now, in the wake of everything, I never knew what Malcolm Jamal Warner's wife looked like at all. And literally a couple of days prior to the Emmys, she released and started Instagram that's going to honor. And this morning, Malcolm's mom was on Good Morning America talking about the foundation that they're starting. And this was posted 4 days ago, and it was posted a day before their wedding anniversary.
Yeah, Malcolm was very, he was real cool. And the way he describes it was like, man, she had his back like 100.
Yeah. And so the good thing, the mom cleared up some bad rumors about, unfortunately, his passing. It wasn't, the daughter wasn't with him in the water. Like, she cleared up all of that, which was really important. But the wife really gave a beautiful tribute to Malcolm. And she says, we're going to be starting this today in his honor. My daughter and I are launching River and Ember and officially opening the Warner Family Foundation. Together we carry the legacy of my husband and I began, one that nurtures children's inner light and gives young artists the freedom to create outside the lines. This is love, still moving, still making, still carrying us forward.
Yeah,
Even me reading this makes me emotional. What was that, Tony?
Yeah, I just, it hits me because I can't believe that we were in the same area and doing the exact same time, and it was just crazy. And again, some of our best has been taken away far too quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, I was, as much as I'm at the last episode of The Resident right now, Coach. I'm at the last episode of all 6 seasons. I've watched The Resident over the last month and a half, and I'm almost like, I don't want to not see it. I don't want to watch the last episode because I was watching that episode just to see Malcolm moving as an actor portraying Dr. AJ in this series, which I've totally enjoyed. Another thing earlier today. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to have you talk about this. Keith Nunnally. Hip-hop Nunnally. He was someone who was a house DJ in Chicago. And so talk about him and how you found out about his passing and what's going to be happening this coming Thursday.
Yeah, just tied into my people at home in Chicago. And for those that are watching the podcast, go out, just a moment of silence. Another Morgan Park, person, big time on the DJ. Very, 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 very instrumental in the early stages of Chicago house music. And the brother passing far too quickly, born in 1963, Morgan Park graduate. I think he's class of 80 or 81. And I graduated with his brother. I graduated with Greg. And I wish him and Belle, the family, the sister, very much some peace and all that. And, losing him. But he was entrenched into the south side of Chicago and house music as it was known, to the fact of the matter that your favorite DJ and Steve, J.M. Silk Hurley, and my boy, Farley, Funky Keith, Mike Dunn, and the guys, they are going to do a tribute. So if you are within the Chicagoland area, this Friday the 19th on 43rd Street, starting around 3 p.m., the wake and funeral will be that morning early. I think over off 79th Street, but the musical dedication will be that afternoon. Please take time, if you can, to go by, because you got some of the Chicago greatest DJs that was at that time to pay tribute. I was at home, Val, during the time they paid tribute to Frankie Knuckles, and got a chance to go by and listen to the tribute that Farley, Mike Dunn, and them did. I was home in the summertime. So to see them, do what I consider to be a homeboy that had legacy fingerprints all over the beginning of house music at the time. Was it touched me, and I talked to my boy. I know you're watching tonight, Gary. Shout out to you. Appreciate you letting me know and everything. Appreciate you giving me the info last week. But I just want to know that we at Morgan Park, MP High, and we just coming off a class reunion, definitely, hurt our school, and, sadly to miss one of our own passing too quickly.
Yeah. Yep. So that's the information, and we'll go ahead and put it in the chat. And then what most importantly, we'll put it in the description of this video. And like I said, this will be up. You guys can go ahead and check it out. And at the very beginning of the day, I found out about this gentleman leaving us today, Robert Redford. And did you know this, Coach? He and my mother were both born August 18th, 1936. Same year, same day.
That's funny, because I also know someone born August 18th. That was crazy. And he's a wonderful Leo.
We have the Sundance Film Festival because of Robert Redford.
And Gail talked about that this morning. She said she first started it, and it was nothing. It was little and no support. And almost the first 2 or 3 years. And the Guild and all of them was trying to actually get rid of it. And he refused to let it go. Yeah, they were trying to get rid of it because in the first 2 or 3 years, it just wasn't getting the support. And he went to 2 of my favorite people. Do you know who made it turn up?
Who?
He went to De Niro and Al Pacino and told them they must get involved. And the moment they did, the rest is history.
I love it. And I have to say, over 80 films he either directed, was starred in, or was a part of. One of my favorite films for him, there's a lot of them, Up Close and Personal with Michelle Pfeiffer in the 90s. From the 70s, The Sting. I learned how to play the theme song for that. And then, of course, Indecent Proposal with Demi Moore.
Nobody forgets that.
No one forgets that one. And then, of course, he was a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
He was in Captain America, and then also the Avengers. So, Robert Redford has been, and here's the thing, I think I just have a soft spot because him and my mom were born on the same day, same year, 1936. He was 89 years young, and all I could do is say thank you, Robert, for the Sundance Film Festival.
Sundance.
Get your Sundance on. That's what I'm talking about.
Get your groove on, dance. Yeah, I mean, that is amazing. And he lived it to the fullest. Stayed in the industry all the way through. That's amazing.
And directed a lot of films too. And then also, what was it? The one he did with Barbara Streisand. I think it was The Way We Were. Like, that was a beautiful soundtrack in the 70s, I remember, but I didn't watch that film until I was much older. But I think he was the lead actor in that too. So he's been in so much stuff. So praying for his family. But thank you. 89. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, Coach.
Man,
we're wrapping it up. And I have to make sure that I circle back. You were not here in the very beginning when I showed this, but I want you to see what I did. I put the picture on the picture. I got the brand new pictures for Interludes Extra Presents Talk on Tuesday.
Okay.
Do you like it? Do you like it? How does it look? Yes.
Hey, as they say down here, what you said?
I think we look real sharp in that picture. What do you say?
I'm looking debonair. And the crazy part about it was, Val, when I went there to take the picture, I kept bouncing back and forth whether to button up my collar. And I said, I got this suit on. I got to button this collar up. I got to tighten it all up. It's one thing to be busy, but I'm going to take this photo. And, man, I appreciate that. Great picture. It's a good one to choose. Still got my little diamond on the side right there, diamond in the back. Sun rooftop, big in the scene with the gangster lean. Ooh, ooh.
Ooh, my goodness.
I love it. Appreciate it. I saw when you sent it to me. I was like, okay, I'll see what Val doing.
I texted it to you just before the show, and I want you to take a look at it. We have merch.
I thought about you today, too, not to cut you off. One of my homeboys was DJing a set today and sent it to me, and guess what record he opened up with?
A DJ Saved My Life?
Oh, he remixed the hell out of it. I got to say, this to Val. He killed it. Like, oh, my goodness.
Wonderful. Right. And, of course, if you want to get a signed copy of A DJ Saved My Life, make sure that you go to purelighthouse.media.com. And then, of course, check out some of the merch we have. I have these T-shirts with this wonderful, brilliant cover. It is a beautiful thing. And then, of course, let me make sure patreon.com, make sure /interludes, the back behind the scenes of things that are happening. Of course, the updated photo of Coach. Go ahead and scan the QR code and follow him on Instagram. There you go. The Pull Up Podcast Show. And then, of course, I think, is it Interludes? No, I didn't do Interludes yet. I didn't do it on this side. And then, of course, next week, could you talk about your guest?
Got the wrong guest up there next week, but that's all good. Next week, we got my guy, Coach John Signan is there. And Coach Walter will be in at the end of the month, which I'm loving it. And he's got a book called Man Gracefully Broken. So we're going to talk about that at the end of the month. But John Signan will be us next Monday. Coach John's from California, from the Bay Area. He also has a book we're going to go over. He is a California leading scorer. You're talking about Cali. We're talking about from Jason Kidd and all these people. And Coach John put up these numbers. And he's been very significant in terms of me as a coach and things I've been doing when I first got out of school and did some things, not out of school, but into the coaching game, trying to put a couple of kids and some stuff and working my AAU. Coach John was very instrumental in helping me, talk to kids and tell them what they need to help them get overseas. And he's been in my corner. Anything I need, he's always say, hey, man, call me up, Tony, I got you. And then when he moved on and retired and started doing his other stuff, he still stayed in touch. That's when you know you're doing good stuff, Val.
Of course. And that's the reason why you got your award. That's the reason why you got your award.
There you go. Oh, I like that, dude. I like the new splash.
Go ahead and scan the QR code tomorrow afternoon, early evening at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. The Power of Podcasting, sponsored by KeySpot, our affiliate sponsor here. Go ahead and sign up and learn some of the tips that I give in the book, A DJ Saved My Life. And then, of course, if you guys are ready to start your own podcast and do things live or recorded or both, go ahead and make sure you do that. And then, of course, on tomorrow, the 10th season of the Interludes podcast gets kicked off with our interview with musician and musical director Rodney Edge Sr. out of Atlanta, Georgia. That's going to be Wednesday tomorrow at 12:30 Central, 1:30 p.m. That should be Eastern. I see. I didn't type that in right. So it's 12:30 p.m. Central. I have to make sure I say that right. So we're kicking off the 10th season of the Interludes podcast, and with that interview. So, Coach, it has been a full Tuesday. And so I'm hyped up. We got our awards. Right there. Look at that.
Man, they can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing.
We are an award-winning podcast. But on behalf of myself and Coach Tony, join us on next week. And what we're going to do, put up our fingers and do what?
Before we put them fingers up, we want to let y'all know, if you want to jump in and make sure you're supporting both of the podcasts, you want to be a big sponsor, please reach out, DM us, hit us on the ground. Either way, we'll both get back at you. We love you. But as she said, peace.